Well, as you know, and I'm sure you're hearing it from all of my colleagues, we're going to have between a $3.5 to $4 billion deficit in the state. Leaders are working hard in both chambers. The appropriations chairs are working very hard, the governor and the cabinet as well, of how we deal with it. There's one issue that concerns me greatly out there, and that is we're hearing a lot about Medicaid reform. And we understand the importance of dealing with Medicaid because it is a huge part of our budget. In fact, it has increased overwhelmingly in the 16, 17 years I've been in the Florida legislature. My concern, though, is there's a movement to take many of our Medicaid people, especially our seniors and persons with disabilities, and putting them into an HMO, a managed care organization. I think that takes away the ability of those individuals from the choices that they have today. That's one issue that we're going to have to deal with. Of course, we're going to have to also deal with the dollars that we no longer have in our transportation trust fund or our housing trust fund to build houses and build roads. So we've got a task before us. The bottom line is, and as our leaders have said in both chambers, our governor has said, our cabinet members have said, the people of the state of Florida have said, don't raise our taxes, balance our budget, and unlike what they do in Washington, where they just continue to print money when they're short, we don't have that luxury here. We have a constitutional amendment that says balance our budget, and that's what we're going to do.
It's going to be tough, though, because just as you're talking about the Medicaid program, that's one of the largest cost drivers in the budget, so something's got to give. And you were talking about the HMO approach, maybe having problems, but in that area, what are some alternatives?
Well, I think the alternatives are taking many of our senior citizens that are being forced in a 24-hour, 7-day facility, like a nursing home. They don't need to be there, many of them, but they're forced there because that's the only way they can get assistance from the state government or the federal government, called Medicaid. If we were to have alternatives, bringing them back home into their own home, having home health care or living with a loved one, it's been estimated that we can bring a senior citizen back in their own home who doesn't need to be in a nursing home and save the taxpayer literally hundreds of thousands of dollars over a period of time, depending on how long that person stays in their home.